What is your name, please?
My name is Ted Scotes.
What is your name, please?
My name is Ted Scotes.
What is your name, please?
My name is Ted Scotes.
Two of these people are imposters. Only one of them is the real Ted Scotes, and is the only one sworn to tell the truth. And here is our host, Bud Collier.
Thank you very much. Welcome and good evening. Awfully glad you could come again to our little game of deliberate misrepresentation. This is the game in which our panel, as you know, tries to figure out which one of three challengers has sworn to tell the truth. To Tell the Truth is brought to you each week by Geritol, America's #1 tonic, the high-potency tonic that helps you feel stronger fast. Now, before we meet our panel, I'd just like to tell you that there's a very interesting article about all of us on the forthcoming issue of the TV Guide. Thought you might like to pick one up when you're at your newsstand. Now, let's meet our cross-examiner, shall we? What is your name, please?
My name is Patrice Munsell.
My name is Don Amici.
My name is Kitty Carlisle.
My name is Hy Gardner.
Holly Bergen is away on a short vacation, and I must say we're very happy to welcome Patrice Munsell to our panel tonight.
I'm so happy to be here.
Well, we're sure glad to have you. Now, these three people directly above me here all claim to be Ted Scotes. Of course, you know as well as I do that only one of them is the real Ted Scotes. The other two have merely assumed that identity, and they do not have to stick to the truth. Now, panel, if I can tear your gazes away long enough, follow along with your copies of this affidavit while I read it, I'll appreciate it. I, Ted Scotes, am a senior at the University of Pennsylvania. I am head cheerleader and company commander in the Naval Reserve Officers Training Corps. My major extracurricular activity, however, involves the Mask and Wig Club, which each year presents an original musical show in which all the parts are played by male students. I will wear this costume in the 1958 Mask and Wig production, Free for All. Signed, Ted Scotes. Now, panel, these three graceful gentlemen all claim to be Ted Scotes, member of the Mask and Wig Club. Only the real Ted Scotes is required, as usual, to answer your questions truthfully. You will each question until you hear this signal, and at the end of the questioning period, you will, of course, be asked to register your vote for the one who, in your opinion, is the real Ted Scotes. And we'll begin tonight's questioning with Kitty Carlisle. Kitty.
Thank you, Bud. Number one, can you tell me what well-known political figure was the president of the University of Pennsylvania?
Mr. Stassen.
Number two, have any well-known songs ever come out of the Mask and Wig production?
Yes.
Could you tell me what they were, number three?
Yes, Gypsy in My Soul, Daddy.
Daddy what?
Oh, just Daddy, Kitty.
Just Daddy.
Daddy-o.
Number two, it says in your affidavit that you're a cheerleader. Could you give me a short cheer?
Go, Pennsylvania, go.
You did ask for a
Number
short
one.
one, didn't you?
Number one, do you have your own theater?
We have the Irvine Auditorium there on the campus.
What's a fly?
Hy Gardner. I don't mean Hy Gardner's a fly. I don't mean Hi.
I'll continue that question. What is a fly?
The fly is what hangs over the stage, or grid fly.
Number three, when was Bill Holden a member of the Mask and Wig show? Do you know?
No, I don't.
Do you know number two?
No, I don't.
Do you know number one?
I don't think he was.
Number two, do you know what newspaper in Philadelphia carries my column?
I don't know.
Do you know number three?
No, I
Do
don't.
you know number one?
In Philadelphia, nearly everyone reads the bulletin.
I don't know, sir.
In other words, you've never seen the column in the Empire, have you?
No, sir.
Patrice Munsell.
Number 2, who's your dressmaker?
Vaughan Company.
Huh? Who? I missed that.
John Vaughan.
Number 3, who is your dressmaker?
Van Horn's.
What do you use to stick a wig on with? Number 1.
Number 1.
I'm sorry.
I don't use anything, but they do have a kind of tape that you can use.
Let me see. What do you call someone, number 2, who arranges dance routines?
I don't know.
Number 3, what are you majoring in?
History.
Number 2, how many hours are you carrying?
6.
6 hours. Number 3, how many credits do you need to graduate?
126.
126. Number 1, what's your school song?
Well, there's Hale, Pennsylvania. That's most popular.
Number 2, who's the present football coach?
Sal Bartolo.
Number 3, what's an entr'acte?
Pardon?
Number 2, what's an entr'acte?
I don't know.
Before we find out if number 1 does or not, it's time to vote, panel. So without consultation, will you mark your ballots and select as usual number 1, number 2, or number 3? Remember, please, the team of challengers gets $250 for every incorrect vote. Patrice, have you voted?
I vote for number 1 because, well, he didn't know things so well.
Don, how about your selection?
I voted for number 1 also because all the cheerleaders I know are blondes.
Kitty Carlisle, how about your
I
selection?
voted for number 1 on the basis of what number 2 and number 3 did not know. Number 2 didn't know about a choreographer. Number 3 didn't know what an entr'acte was, so I was left with number 1.
And by that process of elimination, Hi Gardner, at what did you arrive?
Well, I was going to vote for number 1, but I switched to 3 because he's the first person that I think that I've ever seen to whom one of those chemise gowns is flattering.
All right. You've heard the votes and the reasons we voted the way we did. We'll find out right now which one of these gentlemen is the member of the Mask and Wig Club. So will the real Ted Scotes please stand up? Thank you very much. Number 1, would you tell us who you really are and what you do?
My name is Conard Folks, and I'm an insurance investigator for Mutual of Omaha.
And number 2, what about you, sir?
My name is Eddie Pat McDonough. I'm a page in Massachusetts House of Representatives and also light heavyweight champion of New England.
Well, it was fun all the way down the line, and I think if you fellas don't know already, I'll tell you that there were 3 incorrect votes for a total at $250 per each of $750 from Geritol. Thanks for being with us. Good luck on the show. Good night, and good luck to all of you. Please.
What is your name, please?
My name is Dorothy Stratton.
What is your name, please?
My name is Dorothy Stratton.
What is your name, please?
My name is Dorothy Stratton.
Panel, once more, may I ask you to follow along with your copies of this affidavit? I, Dorothy Stratton, have been active in Girl Scouting for the past 7 years. I was formerly Dean of Women and a professor at a major Midwestern university. During World War II, I held the rank of captain as director of the SPARS, the Women's Reserve of the United States Coast Guard. I am now the National Executive Director of the Girl Scouts of the United States of America. Signed, Dorothy Stratton. panel, as you just heard, these ladies all claim to be Dorothy Stratton, National Executive Director of the Girl Scouts. We'll start this cross-examination with Don Amici. Don, please.
Number one, you were Dean of Women at what university?
The University of Kansas.
Number two?
Purdue University.
Number three?
The University of Chicago.
Kansas, Purdue, and Chicago. Number two, what is Kappa Kappa Gamma?
Kappa Kappa Gamma is a sorority.
Number three, what is a tridelt?
Is a fraternity.
And number one, what is a phi delt?
That's also a sorority.
Number one, what degree do you have?
BS.
And what did you major in?
Physical education.
Now, Kitty?
Number one, how much is a box of Girl Scout cookies?
Glad you asked that. 40 cents.
Number two, what flavors are you featuring?
That depends on where they're being sold.
Well, in New York City.
I wouldn't be sure.
Number three, who's head of the Girl Scouts in New York?
Dorothy Stratton.
In New York? What, number one, who's head of the Girl Scouts in New York?
Mrs. Lum.
Number two?
Mrs. Phipps.
Number three, why are women in the Coast Guard called spars?
That was taken from the motto, Semper Paratus, always ready, S-P-A-R.
Number one, can you tell me if all Girl Scouts are expected to tell the truth?
Definitely.
Well, to the other two, all I can
Number one, where is the Annapolis of the Coast Guard located?
The Annapolis of the Coast Guard?
Mm-hmm.
In New London.
Number three, where is it located? Do you know?
In New London.
Uh-huh. Number two, what did you teach?
I taught psychology.
Where?
At Purdue University.
I see, you remembered. Number three, during peacetime, under what supervision or jurisdiction is the Coast Guard?
It's under the Treasury Department.
Uh-huh. Number three, also, do you recall that when you were director of the spars, who was the director of the wax?
Ovita Culp-Hobby.
Uh-huh.
Patrice?
Number one, can you repeat the Scout oath?
Yes, I can. On my honor, I will try to serve God and my country, to help everyone at all times, and to keep the Scout laws.
Mm-hmm. Number two, who designed the SPAR's uniforms?
Mambochet.
Good design. Number three, in your work with the Girl Scouts, have you ever heard of Mary Kay Wilson?
No, I haven't.
Number one?
No, I haven't.
Number two?
No, I haven't.
Who originally founded the Girl Scouts?
Which number?
Number one.
A lady in Savannah.
Afraid we can't wait any longer because it's time to vote. So without consultation, panel, once more, will you mark your ballots? Again, selecting number one, number two, or number three. All set, Patrice? For whom did you vote this time?
For number three, because she wears her uniform with such authority.
And your selection, Don?
I voted for number two. She was the only one that got the sororities and the fraternities correct.
And Kitty, what was your vote this
Well, I
time?
voted for number two. We have a brownie in our house.
You have.
And I knew about Mrs. Phipps. And I believe Mambochet did design the costume, and I believe it's number two.
And for whom did you vote high?
You have a brownie in your house?
Yes.
It's funny, I use a Polaroid. I voted for number one, principally, I think, because she looks like a Girl Scout who once helped me cross the street.
All I can say is I hope there's film in your camera, huh? All right, there we have our votes and our reasons. How are you doing at home? Let's see how you are as we find out right now which one of these ladies is the National Executive Director of the Girl Scouts. So will the real Dorothy Stratton please stand up? you very much.
So well.
Because she said Mambouche well, that was
It was right. I should have known. Oh,
Number one,
Polly.
would you tell us who you really are and what you do?
My name is Margaret Stevenson. In the winter, I'm a housewife in New York. In the summer, I raise herbs and lettuce in Maine.
And number three, what about you?
My name is Nina Badnock. I'm Director of Radio and Television for the National Society for Crippled Children and Adults, the Easterfield Society.
Along with giving to the Easter Seal campaign, which is a worthy one, I suppose everybody knows that this is National Girl Scout Week, and also that you can count on a Girl Scout for citizenship and for service. Am I right? Well, we thank you for being with us, and may I tell you that according to the scoreboard, there were 2 incorrect votes at $250 each for a total of $500 from Geritol. Thank you, ladies. Hope you enjoyed it. We did. Good night and good luck. Miss Stratton, of course, has asked us to see to it that her share of any winnings that are coming to her go to the Girl Scouts, which, of course, we will take care of, Stratton. Now we'll meet a new set of challengers and challengers, please.
What is your name, please?
My name is Jimmy McClain.
What is your name, please?
My name is Jimmy McClain.
What is your name, please?
My name is Jimmy McClain.
All right, panel, you have listened and you have looked. Now, please follow along with your copies of this affidavit. I, Jimmy McClain, am in the broadcasting business. Since 1955, I have been in radio station management and am now manager of station WLAQ. For the 7 years previous to 1954, I was active as an ordained minister in the Protestant Episcopal Church. I am perhaps best known to the American public through the fact that from 1940 to 1946, I gave away close to 1 million silver dollars when I was the famous radio quizmaster, Dr. IQ. Signed, Jimmy McClain. You gentlemen all claim to be Jimmy McClain, Dr. IQ. Can we begin this one with Hi Gardner? Hi?
Number one, there was a phrase that became very well associated with you. It was practically a trademark, and every time anybody imitated you, they used the phrase. What was that phrase?
I beg your pardon?
There was a phrase that was used every time anybody imitated Dr. IQ. What was that phrase?
Give that lady 15 silver dollars.
Number three, what was your answer to that?
I have a lady in the balcony, you mean?
Yeah. Number one, what president's profile is engraved on a silver dollar? You gave away 1 million of them.
What president?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it is.
What is it?
Miss Liberty.
Uh-huh. Number two, what president was engraved on a silver dollar?
It is Miss Liberty.
Uh-huh. Number...
Patrice Munsell.
How come nobody ever put Dr. IQ on television? It's about the only thing that's missing. Number two?
It has been on television.
It has.
That's correct. About 3.5 years ago.
Good grief. Well, I must have been listening to the radio.
They didn't give away enough money, dear.
Number three, as Dr. IQ, how many announcers did you have in your studio audience?
6, usually.
And number one, how many did you usually have?
6.
Number two, how many silver dollars would you give as an answer to a question like, who is buried in Grant's tomb?
If it were possible to split the silver dollar, we might. Occasion never arose.
Don Amici, please.
Number three, who was the lady in the balcony?
I don't know.
Number two, how many minutes and seconds does a half-hour radio program run?
Sponsored or
Sponsored. Sponsored.
approximately 26.
Number three, when you finish a sponsored half-hour radio program, do you go off on when the second hand is straight up, or at 15 seconds after, 30 seconds after, where?
30 seconds after.
Kitty?
Number one, I believe one of the features of your Dr. IQ program was a tongue twister. Could you give me an example?
New York is swell, said Mel to Nell. New York is swell, Mel, to him, said Nell. Would you try it too? We call them thought twisters.
Thought twisters, yes, that's very good. Number two, where is WLAQ?
In New Orleans.
In New Orleans?
That's correct.
Where in New Orleans?
12 South Peter Street.
Oh, can you
Just
say
off
New
the
Orleans,
Boca
number three?
Beg pardon?
Where is WLAQ according to you?
WLAQ, it's in Rome,
Rome what?
Georgia.
Shortwave every night on the hour. Okay, time to vote once again, panel. So get out your pencils and your ballots and vote for number 1, number 2, or number 3. Okay, Pat? Huh?
Well, I voted for number 2 because he said sustained or sponsored, and that's everything to all of us.
So your vote was for number 2. All right, Don, what about you?
I voted for number 1. He's the only one that looks like he's strong enough to haul all those silver dollars.
Kitty, your selection, please.
Well, I voted for number 1 on the basis of the tongue twister. I think that was it.
Of course, you didn't ask the other two. They might have had it.
No.
Hi, what about your choice?
I voted for number 3 because I still think that the lady in the balcony was the thing that was most closely associated with Dr. IQ.
All right, there we have it now. Rhymes and reasons. We'll find out right now how right or wrong we were as we discover which of these 3 gentlemen is the real Dr. IQ. So, will the real Jimmy McLean please stand up? Oh, they were great. Number 1, would you tell us who you really are and what you do, please?
My name is Gene Wethington. I'm a speech therapist with Alfred Dixon Speech Center.
And number 2, what about you, sir?
My name is John Casey. I'm Advertising Promotion Director of the American Journal of Nursing.
And just to set the record straight, WLAQ is in Rome, Georgia. This is where it happens to be. Well, I sure hope you had fun, gentlemen. You got a pretty good score. You almost tripped the entire panel. There were 1, 2, 3 incorrect votes at $250 each for a total of $750 in Geritol. Thanks so very much for being with us. Good night and good luck.
Thank you.
50.
Well, that's all the time we have for tonight, except to thank Miss Patrice Munsell for stopping by and visiting us on our panel.
Oh, I wish I could have brought my writers along.
Well, you certainly charmed us. We certainly enjoyed having you.
Oh, I love the.
And I think we should all return the visit on Friday nights and pay a visit
you at
to...
9:30 on another channel?
Boy, I'm telling you, I didn't have to say that at all, did I? Well, we'll be there. We always are. And thanks again, Pat.
Thank you.
And, of course, Polly will be back with us next week. And I guess that's all I can think of to say, except good night, panel. Hate to do it.
Good night,
Good
guys.
night.
Good night to you all. And now this is Bud Collier saying good night from Geritol and reminding you to tell the truth. Good night, everybody.
Family Feud and Millionaire are now on back-to-back.
Look out! On a lights now, yeah!
Double the feuds.
It's a big responsibility, but I accept it.
Double the drama.